Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Namah Shivaya.
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव
हे हाथ जोड़ी हाथ पाए प्रेम थी सौ मांगिए शरणों मैं साचूं तमारू हृदय मांगिए जे जीव आव्यो आप पासे चरण मां अपनावजो परमात्मा
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to commence with our program. Kindly take your seats. The viewing will take place shortly. Please observe the following housekeeping rules. Please put phones on silent. Ablution facilities are located to my left. Please maintain silence during the service and prayer. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your cooperation. We shall now have the viewing. It will be greatly appreciated if you walk down the aisle, go towards your left, and then turn around and go back to your place. Please allow family members to do this first. And please remember that this is a very momentous occasion and we would like to capture it. So we'd like everyone that has been a part of Krishnie's life to be in our memories. I'll ask the undertaker to now open the casket. Family members come through first. Ashim.
आप जो परमात्मा ते आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो बड़ी कर्म ना योगे परी जे फूल मारे अवतरे ત્યાં પૂર્ણ પ્રેમે ઓ પ્રભુજી આપની ભક્તિ કરે લખ 84 બંધનોને લક્ષમાં લઈ કાપજો પરમાત્મા તે આત્માને શાંતિ સાચી આપજો परमात्मा ए आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a special request, one petal please, and your message will go through.
जन्म सत्संग की गिरतार पार उतार जो आलोक में परलोक माँ तब प्रेम रग रग व्याप जो परमात्मा ते आत्मा ने शांति साची आप जो परमात्मा ते आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो મળે મોક્ષ કે સુખ સ્વર્ગના આશાઓ રે દેવી નથી જો દેહ દુર્લભ માનવીનો ભજન કરવા ભાવતું સાચું બતાવી રૂપ શ્રી गिरिराज हृदय स्थापજો परमात्मा हे आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो परमात्मा हे आत्मा ने शांति साची आपजो परमात्मा हे आत्मा ने शांति साची
कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम् नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम् श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरज सुंदरम पट पीत मानहु तड़ित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम श्री राम जय जय राम भजुलीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम श्री राम जय जय राम सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु दारु अंग विभूषणम आ जानू भुज शरताप धर संग्राम जित कर भूषण श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम मम हृदय कुंज निवास गुरु कामादि खल दल कंचन श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजमन हरण भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू, बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू, भीतर भीतर रोए रे, हे भीतर भीतर रोए, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी, तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे। कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी, तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे। विधि ने तेरी कथा लिखी, आंसू में कलम डुबो, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। चुप के रोने वाले, रखना छिपा के दिल के छाले रे। चुप के रोने वाले, रखना छिपा के दिल के छाले रे। ये पत्थर का देश है पगले, कोई न तेरा हो, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। पिंजरे के पंछी रे
बसो वृंदावन में, मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। मैं तो बन के दुल्हन आज सजी, बस तुम ही हो मेरे तन मन में। श्यामा गोकुल में। मैं तो बन के दुल्हन आज सजी, बस तुम ही हो मेरे तन मन में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मैं दर दर तुझको खोज रही, हाँ पल पल तुझको सोच रही। मैं दर दर तुझको खोज रही, हाँ पल पल तुझको सोच रही। तेरी प्रीत में जीवन अर्पण है, मेरी भक्ति का तो दर्पण है। तेरी प्रीत में जीवन अर्पण है, मेरी भक्ति का तो दर्पण है। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। मैं तो बन के दुल्हन आज सजी, बस तुम ही हो मेरे तन मन में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। जब मधुर मुरलिया बाजेगी, अधरों पर खुशियाँ साजेगी। जब मधुर मुरलिया बाजेगी, अधरों पर खुशियाँ साजेगी। तेरी छवि जो निहारूं अंतस में, तेरा वास दिखे मुझे कण कण में। प्रभु आन बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। श्यामा रास रचाने आओ ना, प्रभु नटखट लीला दिखाओ ना। श्यामा रास रचाने आओ ना, प्रभु नटखट लीला दिखाओ ना। स्वस्ति नाम जपे श्यामा श्यामा, स्वस्ति नाम जपे श्यामा श्यामा। मिले सबको पन्हा तेरे चरणन में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। मैं तो बन के दुल्हन आज सजी, बस तुम ही हो मेरे तन मन में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई गोकुल में। मैं तो बन के दुल्हन आज सजी, बस तुम ही हो मेरे तन मन में। शमान बसो वृंदावन में। मेरी उम्र बीत गई
कंस चाणूर मर्दनम, देवकी परमानंदम, कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुम्। मेरे सर पर रख बनवारी अपने दोनों ये हाथ, देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ।
मेरे सर पर रख बनवारी अपने दोनों ये हाथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ। देने वाले शाम प्रभु से नाम और इज्जत क्या मांगे,
देने वाले शाम प्रभु से नाम और इज्जत क्या मांगे,
देने वाले शाम प्रभु से नाम और इज्जत क्या मांगे,
देने वाले शाम प्रभु से नाम और इज्जत क्या मांगे,
मांगे भी तो शाम प्रभु से धन और दौलत क्या मांगे,
मांगे भी तो शाम प्रभु से धन और दौलत क्या मांगे,
और मांगे भी तो शाम प्रभु से धन और दौलत क्या मांगे,
मांगे भी तो शाम प्रभु से धन और दौलत क्या मांगे।
मेरे जीवन में अब कर दे,
तेरे जीवन में अब कर दे,
मेरे जीवन में अब कर दे,
तेरे जीवन में अब कर दे,
तू कृपा की बरसात। देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
अब तो कृपा कर दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ,
देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ।
शान तेरे चरणों की धूली धन दौलत से महंगी है,
शान तेरे चरणों की धूली धन दौलत से महंगी है,
एक नजर कृपा की बाबा नाम इज्जत से महंगी है,
एक नजर कृपा की बाबा नाम इज्जत से महंगी है,
शाम तेरे चरणों की धूली धन दौलत से महंगी है,
शाम तेरे चरणों की धूली धन दौलत दौलत से महंगी है।
अरे एक नजर कृपा की बाबा नाम इज्जत से महंगी है।
एक नजर कृपा की बाबा नाम इज्जत से महंगी है।
मेरे दिल की यही तमन्ना,
मेरे दिल की यही तमन्ना।
In the journey of life, we pass pleasure and pain. There will be sunshine and rain. There will be loss and gain. But we must learn to smile again and again. My Prem Namaste and good day to our revered priest who will be coming shortly, Panditji Kiran Satgur, members of the bereaved family, ladies, gentlemen, and loving children. The news of the passing of a dear one reminds us that death, it makes us ask ourselves, who will be next? Our sacred scriptures, the Vedas, teach us that birth and death are merely doors of entry and exit on the stage of this world. For every beginning, there is an end. And for every birth, death is sure to follow. What we must understand is that everything that happens is part of God Almighty's eternal plan. So, how do we overcome the sorrow and challenges in life? It is through prayer. Prayer gives us inner peace. Bhajans and hymns are prayer in musical form. They have no language, but they speak directly to the soul. The Sai Center will now render bhajans. Over to the Sai Center. Thank you.
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणा ब्रह्मणस्पत आन शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती दीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् शान्ति शान्ति भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना सिन्दूरवदना श्रितजनपालन सिन्दूरवदना श्रितजनपालन पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना अम्बिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अम्बिकतनया अमराधी अगणित गुणगणयानन्ददायक अगणित गुणगणयानन्ददायक पाहि गजानन दीनावना सिन्दूरवदना श्रितजनपालन पाहि गजानन दीनावना अम्बिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अगणित गुणगणयानन्ददायक अगणित गुणगणनानन्ददायक पाहि गजानन लीलावना
मानस्य वज्रे गुरु शरणं दोस्तर भवसागर जय साईनाथ सतगुरु जय 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 सत्य साईनाथ सतगुरु जय 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 ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम नमः ओम ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम शिवाय नमः ओम अरुणाचल शिवा अरुणाचल शिवा अरुणाचल शिवा अरुण शिवा ओम अरुण शिवा ओम अरुणाचल शिवा अरुणाचल शिवा अरुणाचल शिवा अरुण शिवा ओम अरुण शिवा ओम ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमो बाबा ओम नमो बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओंकारं बाबा ओम नमो बाबा ओम नमो बाबा मानस वज्रे गुरु शरणं दोस्तर भवसागर तरणं सागर तरणं गुरु महाराज गुरु जय 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 साईनाथ सतगुरु जय जय Guru Jai Jai. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Aruna Shiva Om. Haruna Shiva Om. Om Kairam Baba, Om Kairam Baba, Om Kairam Baba, Om Namo Baba. Baba Om Namo Baba. Om Kairam Baba, Om Kairam Baba, Om Kairam Baba, Om Namo Baba. Om Kairam Baba, Om Namo Baba, Om Namo Baba. Guru Charanam.
सत्य स्वरूपिणी माँ, साई प्रेम स्वरूपिणी माँ। सत्य स्वरूपिणी माँ, साई प्रेम स्वरूपिणी माँ। आनंददायिनी हृदय विहारिणी पर्दिनिवासिनी माँ। परमानंददायिनी हृदय विहारिणी पर्दिनिवासिनी माँ। विघ्न विनाशिनी भवभयहारिणी काले कपालिनी माँ। विघ्न विनाशिनी भवभयहारिणी काले कपालिनी माँ। हे त्रिभुवन पालिनी मंगलकारिणी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माँ। हे त्रिभुवन पालिनी मंगलकारिणी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माँ। परमानन्ददायिनि हृदयविहारिणि प्रतिवासिनि मां। सत्यस्वरूपिणी मां, साई प्रेम स्वरूपिणी मां। निवासिनि मां। परमानन्ददायिनि हृदयविहारिणि प्रतिनिवासिनि
परमानन्ददायिनि हृदयविहारिणि प्रतिनिवासिनि मां। सत्यस्वरूपिणि मां, साई प्रेम स्वरूपिणि मां।
Thank you, Sai Center, for the spiritual vibrations created. We look forward to more as we go along. Thank you. I now invite our first speaker, Mr. Santosh Ramdutt, Principal of Ridgeview Primary School, to share memories on behalf of the Ramdutt family. Santosh Bhai.
Good morning, family, friends, and well-wishers. Today we gather to celebrate the life of my dear Kaki, Krishnie Ramdutt, a devoted teacher, a loving family member, and a woman whose kindness, wisdom, and faith touched so many lives. Teaching was more than her profession, it was her calling. She believed in the potential of every child who entered her classroom and worked tirelessly to inspire, encourage, and guide them. She understood that education is one of the greatest gifts a person can give, and she shared that gift with patience, dedication, and love. The lessons she taught reached far beyond textbooks. She taught respect, perseverance, compassion, and the importance of believing in oneself. Kaki was the best Afrikaans teacher I ever knew. I'm confident this sentiment will be validated by the numerous students who attended Woodland Secondary School during the 80s and 90s era. The true measure of a teacher is found in the lives they shape. My aunt leaves behind generations of students who carry with them knowledge, confidence, and values she helped nurture. Her influence will continue through every life she touched, every dream she inspired, and every person who remembers her with gratitude. At the heart of her life was a deep devotion to Swami. Her faith was not simply something she professed, it was something she lived each day. She found strength in prayer, comfort in God's promises, and purpose in serving others. Her faith guided her decisions, shaped her character. She was a living example of humility, grace, forgiveness, and love, and she encouraged others to trust in God through both joyful and difficult times. To our family, she was much more than a Kaki. She was a source of comfort, guidance, and unwavering support. She celebrated our achievements, encouraged us through life's challenges, and always welcomed us with warmth and a caring heart. Her wisdom, matched only by her generosity and a quiet strength, was an example to us all. She was a motherly figure to us. To me personally, the school that I'm currently based is clearly visible from Kaki's back veranda. If she didn't see my car in the car park, she would phone to inquire if I'm okay. When I took a walk into our car park, it was just instinct to look up to see if she was enjoying the sun in her veranda. If she was there, we would often share a wave and a smile. While we mourn her passing, we also celebrate a life of purpose, service, and unwavering faith. We are thankful for the precious memories we shared and for the lasting legacy she leaves behind. We take comfort in believing that she has now found eternal peace in the presence of Swami she faithfully served throughout her life. As we say our farewell, we do so with deep love and gratitude. We honor a life that made a difference and a woman who gave so much of herself to her family, her students, and her community. May we remember her not only for the years she lived, but for the countless lives she enriched and the faith she so beautifully reflected. Krishnie Kaki was kind, loving, and deeply religious. But she didn't just speak about faith, she lived it. She lived by three principles that guided her: devotion to God, to her family, and to her values; duty to do what was right even when it was difficult; and discipline to keep serving no matter the sacrifice. We saw this most clearly in how she cared for our beloved Kaka, the late Mewalal Ramdutt. For many years, Krishnie Kaki nursed and cared for him after he was bedridden with a stroke. With patience, with dignity, and with unwavering love, she gave him care day after day. She never complained. She never gave up. That was her devotion in action. That was her love. She gave her life to service to mankind. She lived by the principle, love all, serve all. If someone was sick, she visited. If someone was hungry, she fed them. If someone was hurting, she prayed with them. Her home was a place of peace, and her heart was always open. She taught us that true strength is gentle, that true faith shows up in quiet, faithful acts, that a life well lived is a life spent for others. We are heartbroken that she is physically no more. But Krishnie Kaki is not gone. She lives on in every person she helped, in every prayer she recited, and in each of us, every time we choose kindness, service, and faith. So today, let us honor her by living the way she did, with devotion, with duty, with discipline, and with love. Rest in eternal peace, dear Kaki. Your lessons, your kindness, your faith, and your love will continue to inspire us. You will always be remembered, always be cherished, and never be forgotten. May Swami grant you everlasting rest, and may his perpetual light shine upon you forever.
Thank you, Mr. Santosh Ramdutt, for those beautiful memories. I now hand over back to the Sai Center. Thank you.
आत्मज्योति नमो परमात्मज्योति नमो
ज्योति नमो परमात्मा ज्योति नमो
आत्मज्योति नमो परमात्मज्योति नमो अखंड ज्योति नमो मम जीवन ज्योति नमो अखंड ज्योति नमो मम जीवन ज्योति नमो अंतरयामी नमो श्री सद्गुरु साई नमो नमो अंतरयामी नमो श्री सद्गुरु साई नमो आत्मज्योति नमो परमात्मज्योति नमो अखंड ज्योति नमो मम जीवन ज्योति नमो अंतरयामी नमो श्री सद्गुरु साई नमो अंतरयामी नमो श्री सद्गुरु साई नमो
On the second who will now address you on behalf of the nieces and nephews. Over to you, Zini.
Namaste and Om Sai Ram to family and friends. I am Zeenath, otherwise known as Zini, and as mentioned, niece to our beloved Krishnie Ramdutt, who I refer to as Mampua. Words. So Mampua were words I had the honor of using during a combined period of 4.5 years when I lived with her and had the good fortune of doing so while working in Pietermaritzburg. The universe works in ways we do not understand. From only meeting her at family functions for a large part of my life, I got to know her and she me in a more meaningful way than shared blood. What can I tell you about her that you don't already know and that our previous speaker has already mentioned? Or what can I say that will do justice to the depth and breadth of her 82 years on this earth? She was so consistent of character, and you will hear that in every tribute shared today. I hold dear memories of arriving at her place every Monday evening after work with my bags and packets carted from Durban, to be greeted with a warm Hari Om Zini and a cup of tea and a treat on that table. And if that table could tell stories, I'm pretty sure many of you have something to share from that table. Supper table talk on quiet evenings are treasured. She shared many stories of growing up, of family, of friends, of herself. As I stand here on behalf of her nieces, nephews, and grandchildren, know that I've heard every one of your names escape her lips. She was so proud of your successes and prayed for you when you faced challenges. My other fond memories of watching her crochet on it, I can't remember which, but they were little squares for a blanket being made in a community project. Just a little example, but it speaks to everything you know about her. I also fondly remember watching her read many books to put together meaningful speeches for delivery at the ashram. She poured energy into those. I got to see the ma'am in Mampua as she tutored a few children in Afrikaans, so she worked even after her retirement. I remember the energy of her steps as she prepared for service on Thursday evenings, and I was so fortunate to also attend those services with her, and I'm happy to see some familiar faces from those days. I'm indeed blessed to have had this time with her. When I left her home, and I debated on whether I should share this or not, but I will share it. When I left her home at the end of my employment in Pietermaritzburg and headed back to Durban, as we stood in the kitchen saying goodbye, I asked her if she had lit agarbatti in her home. And she normally didn't do that in the mornings. So it was the last day, it was morning, and I was heading away to work and then back to Durban for other work down there. And there was such a strong smell of fragrance around the kitchen. She said no, she could not smell anything, but she promptly smiled and replied, that was Baba giving his blessings. I thank you, Mampua, for the love, warmth, and laughter, and making me feel special, as you did to everybody who met you, who had the luxury and joy of spending time with you. Thank you to family who took care of her in her last few years. And there are many, many messages that were sent from near, far, and wide, many posted on school and friends' social media groups and pages. They all echoed the same messages of her character, gentle, soft-spoken, organized, warm, and dignified manner. Strong messages of how for me, the thing that came through the most in those messages is that one didn't need to be loud to lead. She led softly and she led with love. I hope that you will bear with me as I read through the messages that came through from cousins and grandchildren, nieces and nephews and grandchildren to Mampua. They came from a place of deep love, so please, if you will bear with me. We have a message from Kevir, nephew to Mampua. Thank you for your support and kindness you gave me. You are pleasant and wonderful aunt. May your soul rest in peace. Tons of love. Kevir. The next message is from Australia, from Mona and family. Our much loved Ma'am Osi and Ma'am Nani will always be remembered for the kind and extremely gracious woman that she was. We hold fond memories of all the time we enjoyed together. I will never forget the moments spent in her kitchen and the many tasty treats she would whip up, no matter how long we would stay. Our girls really admired the deep bond the four sisters shared and always commented on how cute they were together. Her soft-spoken tone belied a deep strength and resilience, and she was so brave until the very end. We pray and ask God for his comfort and peace for all who loved her and mourn her loss. We love you, Ma'am Osi and Ma'am Nani, and will never ever forget you. The next one is from Shamin. From my very early stages in life to my adulting years, I remember your unwavering love towards me. I remember the softness in your voice, your smile, and the power and the pureness in your heart. Ma'am was home to me. Warm phone call at the end of a hard day. She always had an extra plate at her table, the hug I didn't know I needed, and the prayer she whispered for me when I didn't have the words myself. Your presence brought me so much peace and comfort. Even in my darkest days, I didn't have to tell you something was wrong. You just knew. And you always gave me the most unselfish advice, the kind that was honest because it came from love. Em loved with her whole heart, and she made sure I felt it. She remembered the little things about me. She had a laugh that could fill any room and hands that never stopped cooking, caring, holding, helping. Her faith was quiet but steady. It carried her. I learned who I am because of her. I learned kindness from the way she treated people. I learned strength from the way she kept going. I learned what love really looks like because that's how she loved me. She was my aunt, yes, but she was also my safe place, my advisor, my second mother. Ma'am just came out naturally because that's exactly what she was. It's quieter now without her. I'm going to miss her voice calling my name. I'm going to miss those hugs that fixed everything. I'm going to miss the way she made me feel so loved and so seen. But most of all today, I treasure you as a person. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to share in your life and to be part of it. The words you always said to me are the words I will carry with me forever. Stay blessed, be happy, and look after yourself, your health, and your mind. That was Ma'am, practical, gentle, full of love. So the best way I can honor you is to live that way, to stay blessed, to choose happiness, to look after myself, my health, and my mind, just like you told me to, and to love people the way you loved me. Ma'am, thank you. Thank you for every meal, every bit of wisdom, are you okay, my child? Thank you for loving me so well, it hurts to say goodbye. Rest now, ma'am. I've got it from here. I will carry you in my heart, in my stories, and in the way I live. I love you, and I will see you again one day. The next message comes from Camille, Renessa, and Kian from Cape Town. It is difficult to find the words to say goodbye to an aunt who meant so much to us. You were the quiet strength in our family, a gentle, kind, and soft-spoken soul whose calm presence brought peace to everyone around you. As a devoted teacher, you shaped so many lives with unwavering patience and compassion. And as an aunt, you loved our family wholeheartedly, always making us feel cared for. Your deep spirituality gave you incredible courage as you faced health challenges with grace, dignity, and enduring faith that will always remain an inspiration to us all. Thank you for every lesson you taught us, every act of kindness you showed us, and every memory you gave us. These will remain in our hearts forever. We are truly grateful for the honored privilege of having had you in our lives. Rest peacefully, dear Ma'am Mosi. You will be deeply missed, lovingly remembered, and forever cherished. Camille, Renessa, and Kian. The next one is from granddaughter Michaela. Today, my heart is incredibly heavy as we say goodbye to my beloved Ma'am Aji. Although you were my Aji's sister, you were so much more to me. You were like a granny to me in every way. From the time I was little, you always made me feel so loved. I will forever remember the holidays I spent in Pietermaritzburg when Aja would take me to your home for tea and biscuits. There was always something so peaceful and comforting about your home, just like there was about you. You always called me your Sona, and hearing those words in your gentle, calming voice always made me feel so special. You had such a kind heart, endless wisdom, and a way of making everyone feel understood. You listened without judgment and always had words of comfort to share. No matter what you were going through, you never forgot my birthdays or my graduations. Even when you weren't feeling well yourself, you still made the effort to call or send me. That kind of love and thoughtfulness is something I will never forget. Thank you for every prayer, every conversation, every word of wisdom, and every memory. Thank you for loving me so deeply. You have left a beautiful mark on my life, and I will carry your love, your kindness, and your gentle spirit with me forever. Rest peacefully, Ma'am Aji. You will always be my Ma'am Aji, and I will always be your Sona until we meet again. And last message from nieces and nephews comes from Sachen, Adam, and Noah. With heavy hearts, we send out from New Zealand. Ma'am Pa was the definition of caring. Growing up, she was us. She never just told us. Always fondly words and the most inspiring words. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Knowledge is your real wealth. Those words stayed with me. She's a retired educator, but to us, she was a lifelong teacher, a woman who believed in discipline, kindness, and lifting others up. To the entire family, please accept our sincere condolences. We share in your grief, even from so far away. We pray that her soul attains peace, liberation, and eternal rest. Those were messages from her nieces, her nephews, and her grandchildren. Before I greet you farewell, I would like to play something that I hope plays clearly. It's a 2-second clip, and I really hope that you'll be able to hear it.
Take care of, experience makes us a better person. So believe in that and just keep smiling. All will be well. Take care of yourself and trust.
That is just something I wanted to leave you with. Very, very special voice note that I will cherish forever. With that, Hari Om and Om Sai Ram.
Thank you, Zini, for sharing all those beautiful childhood memories. It really was a pleasure growing up in the company of Krishnie. I now ask the bhajan group to give us 2 bhajans. Thank you. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's a car that needs attention. The driver of 241818 ZN. Thank you.
साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे शक्ति दो मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे मुक्ति 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 दो मेरे साई शिवा साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे शक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे भक्ति दो मेरे साई शिवा मुझे मुक्ति 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 दो मेरे साई शिवा साई माता पिता दीन बंधु सखा तेरे चरणों में साई मेरा कोटि प्रणाम
साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा 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 प्रतिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे कर्तिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
कर्तिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
सत्य निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना
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 विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर
विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा
साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा
कर्तिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
कर्तिपुरीश्वर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा
साई
निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना
निरुपम गुण सदना साई नीरज दल नयना
विभूति सुंदर हे साई बाबा महेश्वर हे
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 साई महादेवा सत्य
साई महादेवा
Namaste, Panditji. Welcome. Our next speaker is Miss Anusha Pillay from the Sai Organization of the Midlands region, who will share the treasured times that Krishnie spent with his second family. Over to you, Anusha.
I offer my humble pronouns at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sai Baba. Panditji, dearest elders, brothers and sisters, and wonderful children, Sai Ram, Namaskaram, and Vanakkam, and good afternoon to you all. I would firstly like to read from Uncle Subri Naidu, who is currently in Prashanti. Sai Ram, greetings to you, the family, and the bereaved from the abode of the highest peace, Prashanti. Please pass my deepest condolences to the bereaved family. May Swami give them strength and courage to bear this great loss. Sister Krishnie was a staff and founder member of the Satya Sai Center of Northdale. She contributed tremendously to our organization at large. Her presence will sorely be missed by all of us. As you know, our loss is God's gain. Her soul will surely be in the hands of our most beloved Bhagwan. Once again, on behalf of the Sri Satya Sai Global Council of South Africa, we extend our deepest condolences. May Swami be with you all. Jai Sai Ram. This afternoon, as I tried to put thoughts together, I just look at all of us who are here this afternoon, and from the number of people in this hall, Woodlanders, family members, and the Satya Sai organization, I have not seen a big coming together of people in a very long while at the funeral. And this bears testimony to the person I'm going to pay tribute to. So it really is with the heart that I stand here today. As I remember the school classroom and the of life. Mrs. Ramdutt, Ben, as she was first called by me, was my form teacher for 3 years at Woodland Secondary. And she taught me Afrikaans for 1 year. We always would make snide comments in Afrikaans to say in Afrikaans speech. If you were taught by her, you know exactly what I mean when I say spoken, but he never needed to raise his voice. Her presence alone commanded respect. She was loving and kind. She also had that look, that quiet look that somehow made you feel, not because she was harsh, because you knew you disappointed someone who believed in you. It was quite at high school. I lunch even before the break. I take a quick bite. I would say, Auntie Krishnie would always touch me. I swore she had eyes at the back of her head. I later on used her very own trick that she disclosed to me, which was, pretend that you're writing on the board, turn and see who's making mischief, and then while you are speaking, call out their name and tell them what they are doing wrong, and then tell them God told you. And that found me every time. But beyond the classroom, our paths met again at the Satya Sai organization, where we are part of the Midlands region and the center of Northdale. And that is where I truly came to understand the depth of who Auntie Krishnie was. From a promotion of ma'am, I now got to call her auntie. Auntie Krishnie was the devotional convener for many a year at both our center as well as the region of Midlands. And she was part of the family of Ramdutts, who were the founder members of the Northdale Sai Center, alongside Uncle Subri, a center that celebrated its 40th anniversary last year. Many devotees here can speak to her impact on them, not just because of her vast knowledge, and she was so widely read, and I loved borrowing books from her, but because she lived what she taught. She practiced Sai ideals. She held our organization in high esteem, and she believed that our organization was the only legacy of Sri Satya Sai Baba. As a member of the Ladies Forum that would meet on a Tuesday, she was just as impactful, always preparing speeches and talks at both the normal meetings as well as Sai functions. She would drive the ladies who lived near her to the functions. Auntie Sheila, Auntie Dolly, and I see Auntie Angie flew down from Johannesburg as well. These were some of the ladies, and not the only ones, who would go with her to all the various functions. Thereafter, a stop at Debbie Place for whatever shopping needed to get done. Any other errands that they needed, she would take them. So I used to just look at them and I say, hey, these aunties, you'll just use the ladies' forum as an excuse to go shopping thereafter. So she would take people to appointments and wherever they needed to go. We used to go for house bhajans, and it used to be just us few ladies. So it was Auntie Nancy, Auntie Krishnie, Auntie Selvi, Mummy, and myself who would go in the evenings for these house bhajans. We never ever thought about not driving at night. And then when I had to go and fetch her with the bakkie, we would laugh about how I would need to definitely get her a stool so that she could jump into the 4x4. And she would make these comments that would really, like shock me sometimes to see the real human part of her in her humor. Once I didn't see a car coming down Aintree Avenue and she said, watch it, just as I was about to turn. And these guys stopped us. It was quite late. And then afterwards, I said, oh, sorry. Oh, how foolish I am. I'm so sorry. I used the word stupid. I said, I'm a real stupid sorry because there were these guys and I was in the wrong. And afterwards she says, I can't believe you were so humble to call yourself stupid. This is the one for the record books as well. Then I turned around and I said to her, why don't you say something like, stop, you saying, watch it, I'm still driving. And we both would have hearty laughs about it. And I love the fact that we were, and it's a testament also to the nieces and nephews and their talks, that despite age, and actually I'm not too far behind Auntie Krishnie, but despite age, there was like no barrier or gap in the manner in which she communicated with every single person around us. It was with her and Auntie Niri that many of us started the Vedam. And as we started with the first Anuvaka of the Rudram, we would look at the Hindi words and try and correct our pronunciation between Auntie Niri, Auntie Krishnie, and myself, who could read and write Hindi. And it was quite fun times because we didn't have all these audios and videos that you have nowadays to teach you the Vedam exactly how it's supposed to be. So I think she would be very proud to have heard us say the Vedam so fluently nowadays at ashram before we start our satsang. She prepared her talks always in a book. And her writing was the most beautiful handwriting, whether it was in cursive or in print. It was neat and beautiful, and that was because it was done with so much of devotion. Her heart for service did not stop at just our center. When the Arya Samaj also wanted to start a ladies group, she would go on a Tuesday and then she would go on a Wednesday, take some of her ladies crew as well on a Wednesday so that they could also have a women's group started. And she is assisted with that. That was Auntie Krishnie, always willing to build, to guide, to uplift women and elders wherever she was needed. She took a break for 10 years of her life to care for her late husband, as you heard Brother Santosh speak of him. That alone tells you the kind of love, patience, and sacrifice that she carried. Although one looks at biology of children, we are all Auntie Krishnie's children, all of her woodlanders, all of her side children, her nieces and her nephews, all of us in the center, in the school, and in the community. We were her children. Auntie Krishnie taught me that you didn't need to be loud to lead, that kindness and discipline can live in the same heart, that service is not a duty, it is love in action. Today, Woodland Secondary School, that I knew Auntie Krishnie from, has lost a teacher of great stature, because once a teacher, always a teacher. Our ashram has lost a pillar, a devotee, and a founder. And the community has lost a builder of women's groups and a caregiver. And we have lost a mother. May Bhagwan grant her moksha. I know that if we have to just take one leaf out of her book of life, we will be amazing people. That is how simple it is to live according to values. May we honor her by living the values she so quietly and beautifully modeled for us. Auntie Krishnie, we'd like to say also from the class of 1987, our deepest condolences to the family, and our final words to you. Thank you for the frowns, the lessons, the lifts, the bhajans, the vedam, and the love. We will carry it forward. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Anusha. I know Krishnie knew you very well. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have our keynote speaker, and that is Mrs. Prash Padyachi, whom we lovingly call Baby. Baby is the youngest sibling of the Harichand Prasad family. Over to you, Baby.
Our program director, the officiating priest, Pandit Kiran Sadhgur, family and friends, greetings, Prem Namaste, Om Sai Ram, good day. In a heavy heart, I deliver this tribute to the beloved Krishnie. I have you were afflicted with cancer since the end of 2022. This journey was especially tough for me, having lost my husband Patrick to the same disease just 6 months prior to Krishnie's diagnosis. Nonetheless, these two journeys gave me immense strength and courage as I walked alongside Krishnie, provided the support she needed, and took care of her needs up to and including her demise on the 23rd of July 2026. She showed great courage and kept her faith right through until the end. Although it was heartbreaking, I had made peace and accepted that her passing would lead her to a place where there is no pain and no suffering. When I think of words that aptly describe my sister, a few key words come to mind: kind, selfless, and spiritual. And these three things will reflect in the content of my tribute. Krishnie, who was fondly known as Kay or Ma'am, Mampua, Baini, lots of other endearing names for her, by all the younger family members, was born on the 13th of July, 1944 in Edendale. Being the eldest of 8 siblings, she played a pivotal role in our lives and shouldered many responsibilities in our family. She was the nurturer of the younger brothers and sisters. My dad was a shopkeeper cum bookkeeper in my cousin's store and ran our household with his minimal wage. However, he ensured that we were educated, and Krishnie went on to become an educational professional, which augured well, not just for herself, but for our entire family. A friend recently asked me a question, and he said, "Who is the person in your family that saved your family?" I was a bit baffled at first, asking who saved your family, and then it occurred to me what was meant. And my spontaneous response was, Krishnie, my eldest sister. I said this because she was the one who took us from a place of ordinary to extraordinary. She built us a beautiful home in New Home and gave us the comforts and the lifestyle that we had never experienced before. She sacrificed so much for all of us, and that stands out and speaks to how selfless she was. She carried her role as the eldest sibling with grace, just as she carried everything else in life, quietly, gently, and with love. In the 60s, it was not a common thing to see our people graduate and become professionals. So it was indeed a proud moment for our family when Krishnie became a teacher. Her career in this noble profession spanned some 45 plus years. I don't know the exact number. She taught at several schools, some of which I do remember, namely Raystop High School, Marion School, Ramata Road, Clare Hills High in Durban, Woodland Secondary, just to mention a few. And lastly, she was at Ridgeview Primary, wherefrom she retired. It must be mentioned that her retirement was not the end of her long and illustrious career, as she continued as an educator at the C21 High School for a few years, after which she retired from full-time teaching. Nonetheless, she continued with Afrikaans tuition at her home for many students seeking to better themselves in that subject. It was only a few months prior to falling ill that she discontinued the Afrikaans tuition, and that too when she was in her late 70s. As a teacher, she stood out as a dedicated, loyal, helpful, and kind person. Thousands of students passed through her hands, and to date, there has never been an unkind or harsh word about her. Her colleagues, too, always showed her great respect and acknowledged her characteristics and personality with fondness and love. She taught not just the technical skills required, but she gave her whole heart and poured passion into the classroom. Krishnie spent her entire career shaping the lives of young people, inspiring and encouraging them. She taught them how to express themselves, how to listen, and how to understand each other. She was the kind of teacher that students never forget. Notwithstanding the demands of teaching, Krishnie also faced many challenges in her personal life. She was married to the late Mr. Mewalal Ramdutt in 1977, and just after about 5 years or more of marriage, he suffered a massive stroke and was bedridden for the next 10 years thereafter. Despite this setback, which was life-changing for her, she continued with her job as a teacher to provide for herself and her husband and manage her household, whilst at the same time taking care of her husband with great patience and love. She would attend to his needs day and night, leave school for a few minutes during lunchtime to go home and check on him. She continued like this for all those years that he survived until his demise. Even in the hardest days, she never lost her faith, her courage, or her light. She was certainly a woman of quiet strength. Excuse me. Krishnie picked up the pieces of her shattered life into a new coherence thereafter. She joined the Satya Sai organization, Midlands region, and was a devout member of the ashram in Inns Avenue, known as the Andhra Sabha. She also joined the Raystop Arya Samaj Senior Citizens Group, and in these associations, she found friendship, joy, and strength to carry on with her life. Krishnie was widely read, and she possessed a vast knowledge of the Hindu religion, the scriptures, the teachings of Sri Satya Sai Baba, and always shared her knowledge with those around her, even with the skeptics. My beloved sister was a simple person. She had no airs and graces, but she exuded a warmth and personality that drew people to her. Her presence filled a room. She made sure everyone felt seen and heard. Her enigmatic smile was a reflection of her kindness, her compassion, and her ability to be all-inclusive. When Krishnie received her devastating diagnosis in December 2022, she was overwhelmed for a while, but she believed that her faith and hope would see her through. Even in the hardest days, she never lost her faith, her compassion, or her courage. She was always so grateful for everything that we were doing for her. And she was one of those people that always said 1,000 thank yous for the same thing a number of times. And we asked her not to do this because we were her family. We loved doing the things that we were doing for her and taking care of her. So then I would always joke with her and say, please send the letter. Krishnie's unwavering courage kept her going through all her treatment and all the side effects that came with it. But her smile and positivity remained. She was undaunted with all that lay ahead and left everything in Swami's hands. Such was her nature and spiritual strength. She always checked on us, her 3 sisters, regularly. Never mind how ill she was, she always wanted to know how we were doing. She didn't want to worry us and usually did not disclose what she was feeling health-wise until we heard from Bongi, her carer. Over the years, she enjoyed her time at the Raystop Arya Samaj Senior Citizens Group, the Women's Forum at the Sai, and the Women's Group at the Women's Forum, at the Sai Center. She enjoyed the friendships that she had and the lovely times with some of her best friends, and the closest of which I can remember was Sheila, Angie, and the late Dolly. In the last 3 years or more, We spent lots of quality time with her. Our Sundays were so special as we visited her, enjoyed afternoon tea with her, shared many stories, memories, and had many laughs. And I'm sure this is what Zinni was referring to when she said, if that kitchen table could talk. We also had some getaway breaks with her, and she thoroughly enjoyed these times. Now, as she journeys to her heavenly abode, there is a stillness in the air. A huge, courageous, gentle soul has left us to be with her Maker. We will miss her laugh, her wisdom, and her prayers. Life will be very different without you, my beloved sister. Just know that you were the anchor in our family, the voice of wisdom, the teacher of life lessons, and the one we looked up to. I am extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to give back to you for all that you did for us and for which we could never repay you. Your humility, generous spirit, love, and gentleness will always remain in our hearts and serve as a beacon in our dark days. Before I conclude, I would like to offer my personal and respectful thanks to the oncologists at Hopelands Cancer Center, namely Dr. Sitlu, Dr. Sidat, Dr. Sanjika, Dr. Dent, and others, who treated her during her illness over the last 3.5 years, as well as the sisters and reception staff at the center who ensured total care, compassion, and love at all times. I am also grateful to my son Sashwin and daughter Larice and daughter-in-law Kumeshni, who stood by their aunt, facilitated her well-being, supported her in all aspects over the period, and in so doing gave me the strength to continue the journey with Krishnie. On behalf of our family and the host of family and friends in our midst and those not present, we bid you a loving and fond farewell. Your lessons will live on in our lives forever. Going forward, we will keep you in the treasure chest of our hearts, and we will cherish all the wonderful memories that you created. Go well, rest in eternal peace until we meet again. Before I leave this podium, I would like to also just read one or two messages that came from afar. If you would please bear with me. This one came from the class of 86, especially our 2017 reunion, in which, as usual, she shared her benevolent, smiling self with us. We are all in different places across the world, but today we remember the one who made our world of school a beautiful place to come to. Her deep respect and sincere regard for us all, and at this moment, all the naughty boys are especially nodding their heads in agreement, set her apart and gave us a sense of belonging. In this, she laid a powerful foundation for us to enter the world outside bravely. Today, we share our love and immense gratitude and say fond farewell to a beautiful and powerful soul. May you fly on the wings of love and peace. Our special prayers and condolences are with you, your family, and friends. And then I have another one. Om Sai Ram. My deepest sympathies on the loss of Sister Kay. She leaves a legacy of quiet dignity and poise in the face of all adversities. Swami has been her peace, and she is sure to be received warmly by the Lord on her departure from her physical form. Please convey my sympathies, love, and comfort to Prashika, Renu, and the Harichan Prasad family. Warmest wishes, Ravi, Annie, and family. Okay, there was another one from them as well, which are similar, so I won't read that. Okay, another one from abroad. This is our condolences to the families at this troubled and difficult time from the Deeplal family. I'm sure it must be very hard in the last few months. Krishnie, my Paramatma, takes you into his palm. Om Shanti. Once again, our condolences to the family. We knew the entire family, knew all the siblings from school days, from the Deeplal family around the world. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Prash, for taking care of Krishnie's well-being from the time she was diagnosed, attended to her appointments with the oncologist, and blood test every step of the way, took responsibility of ensuring that all her monthly errands were done, ensured she was never alone, and was well cared for by providing a full-time worker to be with her. This added to her quality of life by taking on outings, going on short breaks, lunches, and teas. Continually visiting her, making sure she was always well. And she was able to share her feelings and have deep discussions for the future. Baby took a pivotal role in the last 3.5 years. Larisse always made herself available for all outings with Krishnie. She would ensure that special days were celebrated with her aunt, and she always focused on getting her out of the house so she could enjoy the outdoors, visit places, and feel good. Whenever Prash was not available, she took over and ensured seamless care and support. Seshwin, too, always kept abreast of Krishnie's health issues and consulted her oncologist regularly to establish how she was doing and also to ascertain what treatment she would be having. He played an important role in terms of Krishnie's treatment at Hopelands Cancer Center. Kumeshni, the daughter-in-law to Prash, we thank her for being there throughout Krishnie's journey, always providing support and medical advice in all aspects of Krishnie's health and well-being. She also ensured that whatever therapy was needed for Krishnie was speedily arranged with Green Toe therapist. Now you see why connections are so important. Prash, we just want to say thank you for sharing Krishnie's journey with us. In spite of your extremely hectic schedule and challenging days, you never failed in fulfilling Kay's needs for her well-being from the time of her diagnosis up until today. And thank you for keeping us all informed. We appreciate and love you. Friends, death is so ironic. It takes away one person, but it brings together hundreds of people, even if it is just for a moment. We all put aside our work and come together as children of the Supreme God, each of our own understanding. On behalf of the family, thank you for your presence, your prayers, and your support during this difficult time. We appreciate you all. May Paramatma bless you abundantly. As a retired educator, Krishnie carried knowledge with grace. She was highly intellectual, yet wore her wisdom with humility. Even in her 70s, her love for learning never stopped. She wrote Hindi exams under the banner of the Hindi Shiksha Sangh for 3 consecutive years and appeared in the top 10 with distinction each time. What dedication! A humble soul, spiritually uplifted, Krishnie lived with dignity and was blessed with a peaceful ending. May Paramatma grant her eternal peace. May we honor her by living with the same kindness, learning spirit, and faith that she showed us. Krishnie will be deeply missed, but forever remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly blessed to have with us Panditji Kiran Satgur, and who is a familiar face to everyone in Pietermaritzburg. Panditji, please come over and lead us in prayers. Over to you, Panditji. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's a car that is obstructing the driveway, CF83RBZN. Driver, please come to the assistance. Thank you. Not your car. I hope it's not Panditji's car.
Thank you. My Prem Namaste to one and all of you. Dear brothers and sisters, we have gathered here at a very painful and sorrowful time. I would like to extend my sincere condolences on behalf of my family to the family that is experiencing this grief. The reason I'm also mentioning this is because my parents were also teachers in Mount Partridge and Edendale. And I think many of the family members of the Harichan family also passed through their hands. And I also remember Prashika, a bit older than me, but being at our same school at Mount Partridge. Dear friends, we have gathered here to pay our last respects and bid farewell to a very honorable soul. We've listened to the wonderful tributes. We've listened to the comments that have been made. And I'm sure over the years, she has made a huge impact on every individual that she touched. And as you know, that this coming week we will be celebrating Guru Purnima. And we ask ourselves, why do we observe Guru Purnima? Why do we respect a guru? Why do we show that time for a teacher and a guru? Because of the knowledge, the guidance, and also the ability to give you that strength as a person that needs that guidance and strength. And when a teacher stands in front of a classroom with a chalk in his hand or her hand, they are imparting that knowledge that they have received from others, and that is coming down to you. And when you receive that knowledge, that is something that you would never get by just reading. And the physical interpretations that a guru or a teacher will give you is something that will remain with you for the rest of your life. I stand here amidst the Sai movement. I stand here amidst people that are very dedicated and loyal to the Sai movement. And I say to them that Guruji has imparted so much of knowledge, practical knowledge, for each one of us so that we can go further in terms of our lives. And so our dear sister that lies in state here also absorbed that knowledge. She lived it, and listening to what Savita Benji has said, that she was also, and our dear sister that mentioned that she was one of those in the Vedam team. And it is not easy, especially when you want to interpret Sanskrit and when you want to do your recitals in Hindi. It's because of the soundings and because of the complex diacrits that we have and the combination of words that make up bigger words, especially in the Sanskrit. And if people can do that in this time and period out of India, it is an honorable thing. So, dear friends, today we say our farewells to a noble soul, a person who gave to her community, her family, without attachments. That is what we call Nishkama Karma. And we say to you, may you always be in a peaceful state. I'm going to ask you to please bow your heads, and in your own way, let us just pray for our Atma to be in a state of peace. Svah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Vani Savitar Duta Varasu Badranna Asu. Om Agni Bhuyistante nama uktim vidhema. I'm now delving into chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita. And those of you who know the shlokas, you can join me. Tvamadideva Purusha Purana Svamasya Vishvasya Param Nidhanam Veta Asi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama त्वया ततं विश्वमनन्तरूपा वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णन्य अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वं भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे नैनं चिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकाः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुताः जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्माद्धा परिहार्येते न त्वं शोचितुं हर्हसि अव्यक्ताधीनि भूतानि व्यक्तामध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तानि धनन्यैव तत्र का परिदेवनाः. The dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna on a battlefield is still relevant for us today. When we reflect on na jayate mriyate va kadachin, never is the soul born, never does it die. Unborn and eternal beyond times gone by, or yet to come. The soul does not die when the body perishes. Let us understand this truth. The soul, no weapons wound, no fire burns. Water cannot wet it, and wind cannot dry it. May we find comfort from these truths. All things born must certainly die, and out of death must come life. And knowing this, let us desist from sorrow. All beings are invisible before birth. They are invisible again after death. We only see the mortal being in its existing state. Let us, Almighty God, grant us the wisdom to accept this truth. And now I reflect on the Yajurved, dedicating the physical body back pratitishta sharire. Om shamagne paschatapasham uttaracham adhyayam ekasredha vihito jatavedah samyagenam dehi sukritammuloke. Om sanghachasva pitribihi samyamenesta purtena parame vyoman hitavaya vadyam punarastamehi samgachatam tanva suvarchaha. Om Vayur Anilamritam Tedham Bhasmantam Shariram. Om Krato Smara Kilbe Smara Kritam Smara. Om Eka Eva Suridharmo Nidhanepyanuyati Yaha Sharirena Samam Nasham Sarvamanyadit Gacchati. We say to you, Almighty Paramatma, there is no other path to salvation and eternal bliss than by getting to know you. In this hour of distress, we need you. You alone can give physical vigor and spiritual strength to this family. We sing our praises to you, and we offer our humble praise and entreat you to lessen the sorrow of this family. May all the components of this body be merged once again into the five elements of this universe. May its vision be absorbed again into the sun. May its breath go back into the atmosphere and its other senses into the appropriate elements. Almighty Paramatma, you dispense justice even-handedly. You reward everyone justly. And may the soul of this body find peace in every direction. And may it be given a worthy abode. And may the soul, by its austerity, its enlightenment, its good deeds, attain like its forebears a suitable state. May it be free from all blemishes and once again inherit an enlightened soul. Almighty God, the soul is immortal. It is not made of the five elements, and this physical body will be reduced to ashes and will be disposed of suitably. We ever remember you in every deed that we perform. All material links perish with death of the body. It is only one's good deeds, and that is dharma. And we heard that today, that remains with the Atma after death. And may this dharma never be allowed to perish. I'm going to ask the whole congregation, and I'm sure all of you know this. Let us chant this together. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshye Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshye Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshye Mamrita. Thank you. Dear friends, that concludes the Antyeshti Pratana. We are now going to do the last part of the ceremonies today. I think the family is going to gather and offer their roses. Okay, whilst we're doing that, I'm going to ask the bhajan group if you can lead us in one bhajan. Okay.
Thank you, Panditji. May Paramatma grant you good health so you can continue with your noble work. Will Sashwin and Viron Please guide close members in coming forward to pay their last respects. Will pall bearers be in readiness? We now request the Restapariya Samaj senior citizens, the Sai Center Group, and all nieces and nephews to come forward and form the guard of honor after you pay your last respects. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all cordially invited to partake of lunch, which has been prepared especially for you. Those who are remaining in the hall will kindly proceed to the dining area, while those who are going to the crematorium will return to the hall and partake of the lunch before you leave for home. Thank you all once again for your presence, your love, and support. A special thank you to Bongi, the caregiver of Krishnie, who has been at her bedside all the time. Thank you, Bongi. May Paramatma grant you all peace and comfort. Do have a safe journey back home. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. When you finish.
Okay, I think I'll just do the Prabhu Tere. Right? Okay. प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, जन्म मरण के फेरे तालना, जन्म मरण के फेरे तालना, मुक्ति दीजियो है परमात्मा, मुक्ति दीजियो है परमात्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, हम सब मिलकर करते हैं प्रार्थना, हम सब मिलकर करते हैं प्रार्थना, सद्गति दीजियो है परमात्मा, सद्गति दीजियो है परमात्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, प्रभु तेरे द्वारे आया है आत्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा। जन्म मरण के फेरे तालना, जन्म मरण के फेरे तालना, मुक्ति दीजियो है महात्मा, मुक्ति दीजियो है परमात्मा। हम सब मिलकर करते हैं प्रार्थना, हम सब मिलकर करते हैं प्रार्थना। सदगति दीजियो है सदगति दीजियो है परमात्मा, शांति दीजियो है परमात्मा, मुक्ति दीजियो है परमात्मा, मुक्ति दीजियो है परमात्मा। सदगति दीजियो है परमात्मा, सदगति दीजियो है परमात्मा। Can we have all the bearers to please come forward? At the same time, all the members of the community, congregation, family, let's all and get for Shanti part, hymn of peace.
द्युलोक में शांति विद्यमान है, अंतरिक्ष में शांति है, पृथ्वी शांत है, औषधीय वनस्पति शांति देने वाली है, सभी दिव्य पदार्थ सुसंगत और शांत है, ज्ञान में शांति है, विश्व की प्रत्येक वस्तु शांति युक्त है, सर्वत्र शांति है, वह शांति इस आत्मा को भी प्राप्त हो। We say that may there be peace in the heavenly regions and the atmosphere. May that peace reign on this earth. Let there be coolness in the waters. May the medicinal herbs be healing. May the plants be peace-giving. And may there be harmony in the celestial objects and perfection in eternal knowledge. May everything in this universe be peaceful, and let peace pervade everywhere. May that peace come to this wonderful soul. Dear friends, let us chant the Shanti Path. Om Dyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतय शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Can we have the bearers to please come forward and the attendant from the funeral parlor to please come forward. We need to close the